What's going on, all you gamers? Here we are back with some more Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance. Today I'm going to be going over what the best usables are for your characters and what potions you should kind of have on your bar. There's 4 that stand out for me above all else by an absolute mile, so if you want to know what they are, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. As always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, and of course a lot of hints, tips, guides, builds and fun gameplay, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for today I'm here to tell you there's 4 main potions or elixirs or usables that you should be using. These ones right here really help you to take on the kind of later game content. Now what I'm going to do is I'll go over them and then I'll show you a few clips why you're going to want these in your slots and how they help you to progress in the game. So just in case you don't know, your usables are basically what you equip down here, and by the end game you'll have all 4 of them unlocked via the merchant, so you're just going to upgrade them as you go. If you do need to upgrade them, I'll show you quickly where you go. Just over here, and talk to your merchant. From there you're going to go to upgrade usable, and obviously whatever one you want to do, use it from there. Now there's a few of note that can help a few certain classes. I would honestly say the only one you may want to swap out would be stamina potion, very possibly with some classes. I would just be, for the moment, I think probably the archer. With the rest of them I would probably go with these ones that I'm about to show you. Now the first one is health potion. There's no real reason why this would never be on your bar. It is just a complete lifesaver. If you're getting absolutely smashed to pieces, as you can see right there, once it's fully upgraded, it's going to give you 90% hit points. Basically, it's going to give you almost full health back. You can use 3 of these, plus 1 I believe on each class, so 4 at endgame, and a lot of times these are invaluable. When you're getting knocked about, if you're kind of at lower health and you've got no way of getting it back, make sure you kind of put this on your bar, use it when you need to, and you'll survive most content. Next up, and just straight up one of the best things you can have by an absolute mile, I would never take this one off of my bar, Elixir of Resistance. This right here is the difference between taking a hit and dying. You can get one shot in this game very, very easily. This Elixir of Resistance, as you can see, grants 50% physical damage resistance for 75 seconds. So once it's completely maxed out, you're only going to be taking half of the physical damage, and it's for over a minute. It's really, really good, and when you get kind of late game armor, you're really going to notice this. You'll be able to take that initial hit from the ogres and the big guys, whereas before they would have been one-shotting you. This right here, I believe, is definitely something you always need to have on your bar. If you're good enough to never get caught at and never get hit or parry everything, you may well not need it. I have needed it every single time so far, so for me this one is a must. What I'm going to do is show you how much you can actually get away with using this and then getting absolutely hit in the face by a big enemy that would usually massacre you. Right, so hopefully from that you can see how kind of invaluable this potion really is, or elixir should I say. Next up, and exactly the same, but the resistance version. So if you have a little look, Elixir of Elemental Resistance. This right here, which I have forgot to upgrade obviously. This right there at max level grants 50% elemental damage resistance for 75 seconds. Again, if you were going to get one shot by those really big hits, say for example the Goblin Chief or anything like that, this right here stops that from happening. As long as you've got some nice armor on, as long as you've got kind of an okayish build, you should be able to survive that initial hit, and it just means you're not going to get one shot from the skill damage that they're kind of chucking out at you. Now last but definitely not least, this one will mean you can absolutely smash bosses so much faster and easier. Without this, honestly, sometimes things can be very painful. As soon as I started using this, it was so much easier, and because you've got this potion on, the amount of extra damage you do is ridiculous. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of my bar up. Now I'm popping the potion, and now I've got my ultimate up. Now, because we're in base camp, obviously it doesn't show you that I've kind of used that up, but you get 2 of them at endgame, meaning that you can have at least 2, probably 3 if you've saved the one you've kind of gathered throughout the mission for the end boss. Everything will melt. As long as you've got some nice ults, as long as you've got a good team with you, and as long as you've got a good kind of build going on, that right there, that potion is just amazing for damage. And it's also versatile, because if you've got a complete build where, say for example with this barbarian, he's invincible whilst he's using it, meaning you've got much more chance of surviving encounters. The potion in question is none other than this one here. Potion of Heroism. Restores 75% of your ultimate meter. That right there will definitely see you through the content, and it makes the game a bit more fun. Being able to use your kind of ultimate as much as possible is really nice, and it means that you're not waiting as long without it. Obviously when you're opening chests and such throughout the missions, you're also going to get replenishment of potions and such, so you will have your ultimate a lot more. Chuck this on your bar. Trust me, these 4 right there are just invaluable and pretty much best in slot for most. Obviously, like I said, if you wanted to chuck on the stamina one because you're using one of those classes, that may work in some situations, but for me, I find these definitely the best in slot in nigh on most cases. Right, all you guys and girls, as always, just a quick one from me today, just to help a few of you out, because I saw a few people in the community kind of getting hit a little bit when they didn't need to. These right there, if you pop it before kind of the big bosses or before the elites, especially the ogres and such, use that physical reduction one, and it just tends to mean that you can stand up a bit longer and do whatever else you need to. As always, guys and girls, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, take care. I'll see you on the next day.